point.
Sure.
But you mentioned Heavy D, so I saw this on Hip Hop DX, cite my source. They did an interview with 𝗏𝗏, and he talked about some of the who's the most underappreciated hip hop artist of all time. So this is his quote. He says,
Money under Mount Vernon.
Man, he mentioned De La Soul. That was his choice.
Yeah.
And he said, we have taken from the tree of De La Soul so many times, and they have never gotten the credit for it. I'll say that. Just as far as I've watched them use samples that later have been used and built empires. I've seen them do concepts. Everything that De La Soul has done, I've seen other people come in and do afterwards, and it's like, so yeah, De La Soul 100% is my choice.
This is what 𝗏𝗏 said?
This is what 𝗏𝗏 said. Now, I know the impact of De La Soul, as we all do. De La Soul is fucking great in my opinion. 3 Feet High and Rising. We grew up on that. Like, we get it.
Stakes is high.
Stakes is
Blue
high.
Mind State.
Yeah. The joint they just
going.
dropped, the live joint that was live instrumentation, that shit was cold.
Yep.
So we get it. Native Tongues, you know what I'm saying? When they was with the Jungle Brothers, they got together, Money Love, you know what I'm saying? Queen Latifah, all that. We get it. But I think this is dope that he actually said that, but I want to kind of go around the table to see, and Kansas City Mac, I'll put you in there as well. The most underappreciated hip-hop artist of all time, you don't have to pick one, I guess. That's hard, right? But I'm sure we all can come up with certain names that are specific to us, that are close to our heart, the people that we would consider underappreciated from a hip-hop standpoint. So what do you guys think about that? Is there somebody that you think that you can just automatically come up and say, yo,
I
think this person is 100% underappreciated?
I'm gonna keep it with 𝗏𝗏. The Roots.
The Roots, okay.
Roots are by and far one of the most consistent hip hop acts of all time.
Okay.
Constant. They're on popular, like they're on the Jimmy Fallon show,
which is a dope look by him,
to me,
by
the
way.
greatest MC of all time is in the group. So
shout out to Black Thought,
and they got James Poyser, and Stro Elliott's.
Yep.
Those dudes are so talented and good, and they stretch so far.
Side note: anybody that's mad about
𝗏𝗏𝗧.
Was he number 1 on our GOAT list?
Yeah. But even think of 𝗏𝗏𝗧. Like 𝗏𝗏𝗧 came from the Roots.
Facts.
Yep.
And so that even turned into a festival.
Message board era, all that.
Like foreign exchange happened because of the 𝗏𝗏𝗧 message boards. That's how Nicolay Infante. That's how Little Brother got known. You know what I mean?
That talk.
And that comes from the Roots.
That talk.
Do you think they get overlooked because they're like a band?
I absolutely do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. That's why Black Thought gets overlooked to me as well. But even think 𝗏𝗏 is bigger now, not even as a drummer, more as the things he does, like his podcast and stuff that he does. As a DJ, people know 𝗏𝗏 as a DJ more than a drummer.
Everybody knows 𝗏𝗏. Everybody.
And the fact that they're on that Tonight Show, I think when I heard that initially, when I saw that, I'm like, that's so dope that the Roots are on there. You know what I'm saying? And you get to hear Black Thought black out randomly. You know what I mean? Like, to me, that's a great look for hip hop to have them associated with that show.
To me, and this is where my underground comes out. This is the way that underground is supposed to be mainstream.
100%.
Is
100%.
what they're doing.
What about Kendrick? I think Kendrick does it really well too, as far as mainstream. But
for sure,
still
I'd agree with that.
All right, Jay Diff, underappreciated, brother. Talk to me.
I'd have to agree on the Black Thought. I'm actually bring up 2 artists. I'm gonna say Black Thought, and I'm gonna speak on Heavy D too. Huh?
Black Thought or the Roots as a collective?
I'm gonna say just Black Thought.
Okay.
Because, like I said, when you think of the Roots, most people think of 𝗏𝗏
and Black Thought.
Most people think of 𝗏𝗏. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
But as far as lyrically, they've stuck to the same formula they've always been true to. The song, what they do, if people probably missed the meaning of that song from way back then.
There's a lot of people that didn't like them after they made that song too.
Yeah, because the video
including someone I'm going to mention when it's my turn.
I'm coming your way next, Spoolz. I'm coming your way.
Yeah, they've stayed true.
Okay.
He doesn't have a whack verse at all.
Ever.
Point me in the right direction.
Argue if you want. We'll have that conversation.
You can't find one.
At all.
And it's crazy because, to his point, they're on Jimmy Kimmel's Fallon. I'm sorry. It's 2 Jimmys with night shows. Nobody knew that Black Thought could rap his ass off until he went to a 7-minute tangent on what was that on?
It was on like
that was on Funkmaster
Funk-
Flex.
It was on
Flex.
Funkmaster Flex,
Yeah.
but it was
Shit
almost
was
like
10
they
minutes.
didn't even know that he could do that.
Yeah.
So he sat him down in the chair and interviewed him about that shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy, right?
It's
He's been
super
working
crazy.
on this show for this long.
Yeah.
And it took somebody else to share a verse for him to make it to the hot seat on the show that he
Yeah.
works for.
And
Well, he's
been,
not-
He's been legendary.
Oh, I
Been
see what you're saying.
legendary.
Yeah,
But
he's been legendary.
the Heavy D thing,
Yes.
without Heavy D, there's no Biggie.
Thank you,
See,
sir.
people will argue with you about that, but that was from that same cloth that Andre Harrell, Puffy's working for Andre Harrell. He sees this fly fat guy that can rap very well.
Yes, sir.
He's entertaining. He can dance. He just took that formula and put it into a lyricist.
Yep.
Because I wouldn't consider Heavy D necessarily a lyricist,
But it ain't
I would.
matter.
Very good rapper and entertainer.
Yeah.
And he didn't drop any whack shit.
At all.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah,
Sh-
I can agree with you on that.
Shout out to Peaceful Journey. That's the reason I mentioned Heavy D leading into
That's
this
not his
one.
best album, but it's cool.
I love Peaceful Journey.
That's
though.
cool.
I love Peaceful
That's
Journey.
cool.
That's just me. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Don't fight me.
I won't.
All right, to my jump in, Spoolz. Okay, we're gonna go Kansas City Mac real quick. Give me an most underappreciated artist.
I think one of the things that's kind of consistent is that people in groups are overlooked, and
Okay.
I really feel like Big Boy is not appreciated.
Nice.
Because
Nice.
okay, people are consistent like, man, we wish you got another Outkast album,
Yeah.
and then they ask you, but like, man, when's Andre going to do something? And it's like,
Yeah.
Big Boy has been consistently putting out music since Idlewild.
Yeah,
You know, he's
that's
got the
true.
new project with Sleepy Brown, and they're putting out records, and they're good. And it's like, but people just want to ask, hey, you know, what about Andre? I'm like,
And
at
then
this-
Boomiverse was good. too.
yeah, and so it's like at this point, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a little tired. I'm not tired of hearing about, because I'd like an Andre album too. But
As we
like,
all
can we
would.
just appreciate the fact that, you know, Big Boy is still putting out dope music in 2019.
He dropped the album called before
yo,
Boomiverse.
yo,
It was
yo, yo,
called Sir Lucius Left Foot, which actually had heat on it as well. So
That was his
DJ,
first.
No DJ.
was that the first
Sir
solo
Lucius
release?
Sir Lucius Left Foot. Say that 10 times fast.
Right.
Is his first solo release.
That
Yes.
album had heat.
Which
Yeah.
song had your DJ ain't no DJ? He
That
just
was
hit
Sir
that
Lucius
instant
Left Foot.
replay.
Yeah. He had
I
some
just
heat.
thought that shit was great.
And he got off for the hip hop heads out there, and he got off on the Purple Ribbon All Stars joint. Y'all remember
And he
that?
kept it Outcast too.
Kryptonite and all
Yeah.
that.
Oh, there you go, Killer Mike and them.
He's the
Yeah.
one that introduced the world to Janelle Monáe.
Yeah.
Look at her now.
I mean, Big Boy's a legend.
I mean, Dungeon Family
Come on,
and
man.
the legs that has.
Come on, man.
because of them. So I
If
mean,
you ever want to look up the Dutchin family tree, it'll get you right.
I mean,
Killer Mike.
Killer Mike. I mean, look
Yeah.
what he's doing right now.
Facts. They had heat.
Yeah.
Bradley Spoolz, unappreciated.
Small
Underappreciated.
handful. Totally agree with Questlove. I think De La Soul is unappreciated for
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
I think UGK is super underappreciated in hip hop, especially Pimp C. To be honest with you, especially from a production standpoint.
Not in Texas.
Yeah. But
Outside
all
of
over-
Texas.
Outside of Texas.
all
Outside of
over,
Texas,
like,
I
he
think
just
you're
doesn't
right.
Get,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he doesn't get what the props he deserves for being the producer that he was. He was incredible, man. Like
Yeah.
incredible. There was somebody else I was gonna.
I've got
mention.
one other person too, which is Redman.
I just
Oh.
was that's who I was gonna say.
That-
Where
you
is
took
Muddy
mine.
Waters
So
too.
He
at?
took
Slept on,
mine.
man.
I was
I'm
gonna
sorry.
say Red Man. I was
sorry.
gonna say Red Man.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Mike.
But it's
That
cool
was
though.
white privilege right there.
Yeah, it was. It's cool though.
You know
But I
what? We
agree
went
with you
around the
guys on
table. I just
Redman.
assumed. I just
Yeah.
ignored you. I thought
Our
you were
show
done.
was gonna come with Red Man, but it's cool though. It's all good.
Punked you.
Muddy Waters. Yes, sir.
No, I think Pimp C's super underappreciated.
I'll be honest. I got on to UGK a little later than I should, but I went back and did my research and did my homework. Pimp C, from a production standpoint, singing on the hooks, doing all the production, UGK.
Country rap too.
He
Country rap,
produced
the
for
vibe that they had.
I'm reading his book. Pimp,
Yeah.
and he produced for a ton of people
And it's on the low.
on the low.
It's on the low.
Like he produced Big Mike's probably best song,
Oh yeah.
"Having Things."
No shit. Well, he is singing on the hook though.
Yeah. But that's the thing, though. That step to his point, it shows you how talented Pimp C was. He's singing and producing these records.
Yeah. He's
You know
in
what
the
I mean?
he's in the
Singing
video
on
too.
Yeah, like they had some heat. Like if you listen to Underground Kings, like what's my joint on there? Oh my goodness, I feel bad. I don't know the name of it. Switches to Doja. What is it, number 2?
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Man, that song is so cold. He all over the place on that one. And I'm like, yo, fam was talented, man.
The last group I'm gonna mention because is Goody Mob.
Thank you.
See, this is where the disconnect with Goody Mob happens. Is because they had ascended and people were giving them that torch until they dropped that World Party bullshit.
Yeah. So after Soul Food, right? Soul Food was
Soul
first
Food
album.
was established.
Okay, they was cool.
And then they dropped what's the next? Still Standing.
And then World Party was after that,
yes.
right? Okay.
World Party fucked up the train.
That's when they lost it. Yeah,
that's when they lost it. And then CeeLo went solo.
I think they're underappreciated based on what they put out, and I think the influence that they had on us.
I'm gonna agree with that.
I can't disagree with that.
You hate no, you don't like
because
World
I
Party.
love Goody Mob, and when they dropped that, I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
But when you look at Self there, like just some of the some of the songs that they and what they meant, and again, I think some of the influence that they had. I think
go listen to CeeLo verse on Thought Process.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Like go listen to that.
CeeLo's first solo album is severely slept on.
Facts.
Before he started doing all the shit with Danger Mouse.
Yeah.
Hey.
Now some of that shit with Danger Mouse is brilliant though. The Gnarls Barkley shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Like they first how many projects did he drop?
Like
Saint Elsewhere.
3. I think like 3.
The first 2 for sure. I know for a fact. Them shits was dope. But no, thank you for mentioning Goody Mob, bro. Like yeah, I fucks with Goody Mob. Soul Food, that whole album is cold. The entire album. But I'm with you.
CeeLo had 2 great solo albums though before he started on
the Gnarls Barkley.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you on World Party. World Party kind of
was bad, G.
Yeah, they kind of lost me a little bit on World Party.
And then they tried to make a comeback.
You didn't like Get Rich to This?
Come on,
Get
man.
Rich to This was okay.
It was okay.
Cool. But it ain't
the rest of that album was.
It ain't feel like Soul Food though.
Nah.
It ain't feel like, you know what I'm saying, that
And then even Still Standing was gritty.
Yeah,
like even the way it started out, the first song on Still Standing.
Yeah.
Great way to start.
Wait, which one of y'all mentioned Black Ice? Was that you, Spoolz?
Yes.
Black Ice is cold.
And then they followed up the first song with Black Ice.
Sky High.
They was swinging on Boys when that album came out.
Yeah.
Dirty South is an incredible song.
Dirty South is a great,
yeah.
Or Big Boy. Is it just Big Boy or is Andre's on there?
This could all be stemmed back to Big Boy too, though.
Yeah.
Facts.
Well, just the Dungeon.
Yeah.
Well, the Dungeon, yeah.
Cool Breeze was on that record.
Thank you, sir.
Cool Breeze
for giving
first
Cool
album
Breeze.
is good too as well. Can't remember the name of it, but it's dope.
But thank you for mentioning
East Point's
Cool
greatest hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Thank you for mentioning Cool Breeze on the low. He had heat. He definitely had heat. So
everybody in that camp had talent. Everybody.
Yeah.
There's times, this is going to sound crazy because I think it's for like people either don't understand or like Scarface or he's one of the best ever. For me, he's one of the best.
Never understood that. Never understood that.
I don't get people that, but that's another story.
Scarface is I would actually put Scarface above UGK probably.
In terms of underappreciated?
Underappreciated?
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that.
And the only reason I say that is because I personally like Scarface more than UGK.
That's fair.
But personal preference.
Shout out to my man PA.
It's fine.
Stop. Shout out to my man PA that loves everything pre-1990, I don't know, 3 or something.
Damn.
He'll like that we actually mentioned Scarface. He loves the Ghetto Boys. Like he swear everything the Ghetto Boys dropped was.
Well, Scarface got better.
That's what I thought.
So,
I thought he got better.
Dude's incredible, man.
This
I
last
thought he
few
got
albums is good. So Mike, you didn't answer it. So is Redman your choice?
I was gonna say Redman. I don't know if I'm missing anything else.
I think right now Crit is not appreciated.
I would agree with that.
But it's still hard to say him because it's only been like 8-9 years maybe.
And I still feel like he's in the middle of his prime year run.
For sure.
But I think I'm
I agree
in.
with that.
I think I'm in with Spoolz on this one. I still don't, even with everything that y'all said, I'm not mad at that.
He will be here on the 22nd of November.
With Rhapsody,
with
by the way.
Rhapsody.
But I think I'm gonna Spoolz on that one because
I want to see what he does in the future.
Him producing his records, especially the early stuff, all those classic mixtapes. Crip was here. You know what I'm saying? King Remember the Time, all those joints. He's producing and rapping.
J. Cole's doing the same thing.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, if you look at J. Cole, his mixtapes and everything he was putting up,
Bless you.
I can easily put Crit's joints right up there with him.
Oh yeah,
in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like J. Cole's is up here and Crit's down there.
I'm not saying that at all.
I'm gonna throw one